maybe a hint of fortune attached even, and that clouds a person's judgment. And that's what I attribute some of Levi's actions to. He's a young kid. You know,
Sure.
And every kid that age, they've all got a lot of growing up to do. And but forever and ever, he's going to be Tripp's father, and
Right.
he's going to be part of our family. And you know, we will love him and help him through this also. And I anticipate that at the end of the day, things are going to be good. It's just kind of a rough time right now, but I'm thankful that I know the truth through all of that also. And by the way, I do want to clear up one issue that has really just been a bee in my bonnet over this whole Levi Johnston thing. Would have been over my dead body that I would have ever given permission for a teenage boy to live with a teenage girl. So I'll
Right.
clear that one up right now.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, you know, my prayer always is for wisdom and for strength. Part of that wisdom I ask for is to know when to just shut up, keep my mouth shut, and let truth be revealed on its own at some point. And that's what I'm trying to live right now through this latest episode.
How's the grandbaby, and how's Todd like being a grandpa, and you, and of course, being a grandmother?
Tripp is just the sweetest little happy baby. He's awesome, and he and our son Trig then will be able to grow up together. And Trig, he turns 1 year old this week, and just another precious little fella. And we're very, very, very blessed, and couldn't ask for greater blessings in our lives.
All right. Well, Governor, anything else you wanted to touch bases on? Give us a call today. We're so thankful for that, as always, and we appreciate what you do in the legislature. Anything else you wanted to cover today that we haven't addressed?
Well, again, just a lot of stuff going on, so people just stay tuned in and let your lawmakers know what it is that you expect out of them. I hope that Alaskans expect fiscal constraint in this deficit spending mode that we are in, and more resource development efforts. And I would ask also that the public does not hesitate to call us. Do not hesitate to call your lawmakers and let them know what you expect out of us.
Speaking of that, I forgot one question. That was on the stimulus. Governor, isn't it your position that if we can't sustain the items that are proposed, or there's money for in the short term for this out of the stimulus, but that there's no sense in enacting items that are going to have a life outside of that initial funding, right? Because let's say we get funding for some XYZ program for 3 years, and then after the 3 years, well, who's going to pay for it? Is that my understanding of your litmus test? Is that if there's not long-term funding for it, then there's no sense of enacting a program that we're not going to be able to sustain?
Well, that and the strings that are attached, the federal control of programs and projects here in Alaska, that accepting these dollars will necessitate. Those have been my hesitancies in putting my arms around the stimulus package. But you talk about 3 years from now, and some of those funds may not be there. It's a given that 2 years from now, these funds will not be there. So for me, my argument against stimulus dollars has been, why would we go out there and hire a whole bunch of new government employees? Why would we grow these programs and grow the roles of beneficiaries if in 18 months, 24 months, we got to chop it off? I don't understand why that is a good thing for this state. But again, lawmakers resolving they're going to take the money anyway. I'm dealing in that reality and making the best of that, if you will.
Okay.
But another thing, those fat strings attached, the fattest string of all to accepting stimulus money is that, like I said, we are part of the problem in growing our $11 trillion national debt. That is the problem.
Right.
But other more specific strings, if we take some energy funds, then our local communities have to adopt energy building codes.
All right.
We don't want that mandated from the feds. We want, if you're going to have a building code in your local community, in Alaska, for one, well, then at least let that be locally driven, not federally mandated.
Governor, we sure appreciate your time today, and it's been a great opportunity to talk to you, and I know the listeners appreciate it too. I know you're busy and you've got to go, so we again just want to thank you for giving us a holler day. Hey, tell Todd I said hello, and and all that. Okay.
I will, and to you, to Justin, to the whole crew there, congratulations on doing so well.
All right, we appreciate that, and give us a hug for the baby too. That's
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thanks.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Give that Trip a high five.
That's cool.
That's cool, folks. Governor